Hi and welcome, everyone. So today we're going to talk about relationship blocks. When it comes to relationships, it's pretty common to just blame others or expect others to change. We often think that it's because of others or because of circumstances, because of the social setup, because of everything. I'm going through what I'm going through. Classically, you see how in marriages, in other relationships, you have repeated patterns like rejections or abuse. And people often change the relationships. They often disconnect with one relationship, get into another relationship, just to see the pattern getting repeated. What does that tell? Probably there is a pattern that is still unresolved. Now, these patterns could be because of certain blocks. We need to examine these blocks. One of them could be ancestral, karmic. It can be because of the past life deprogramming, deep fear of any sort, and of course, adverse beliefs and unhealthy associations. And each factor is pretty deep to dissect, examine, and resolve. Yet I'll try and make it easier and shorter and faster. So several times there are ancestral blocks. I'd come across one woman I was training, and she said, I didn't get married. And she was around 40. I said, is there any reason you didn't get married? She said, I'm the last sibling in a family of 7 daughters and 2 sons. And all my sisters either have got widowed or divorced and they're back. Even my buas, that is my father's sisters, are all back home. So I chose not to get married. I said, why so? She said, there is an ancestral curse. My great-great-grandparents, grandfather, used to pick up random girls from the village and abuse them and throw them from the height into the river. And she said, I've seen the evidences. I've seen those, holes from where they used to throw women. And one such father had cursed them that you'll never have any happy daughter in your family. And ever since then, none of the girls of the family are happy. So these are rare cases, not always that there's a story like ancestral story. But if there is a pattern, you need to examine and sometimes resolve or just seek the brilliance in it. Then there could be karmic stories where you borrow stories from past life reprogramming. If you've been going through certain patterns, you may invite relationship difficulties. So, for example, there was a woman who had unfulfilled relationships. And when we examined, we realized that in several past lives that she was pre-programmed with, she never respected men. And in the current life, she had 3 subsequent relationships, and men wouldn't respect her. To search that respect, she was changing men after men, hoping that she will find her dignity and respect. The most respectful guy, the moment she gets married, would become completely disrespectful, and the pattern continued. Of course, the resolution and the past life really helped. And it's not just always about marriages, it can be in business partnerships, it can be with parents, it can be with siblings or neighbors, it can be with anyone. We often go through a lot of difficulties or blocks in our relationships, and there are unseen barriers. We distance ourselves, or we live like strangers in a family, or we choose not to ever meet each other. We choose as if uh, nothing's happened and we don't know each other, even though they are all relatives. And there are quite a few painful stories. As I always mention, the physical wounds can be healed. Emotional wounds really take time, and they add to the blocks. A lot of time, a relationship may begin with a severe emotional hurt, and it may take years to get eased out and resolved. And we may continue talking with each other formally, but there's no emotional connect unless you heal. There are times you succumb to certain ancestral or borrowed beliefs. If you've been fed with the story that men are like this, or this community is like this, or uh, after somebody gets money, they become uh, arrogant. Such crazy beliefs, which may not be the truth. And you just succumb to these beliefs and simply get completely cut off. Like, for example, mother used to tell the daughter of the family that, look, your brother is very fine, but the day he gets married, he's going to disconnect from you. Now, that's kind of record sister had always listened to. And of course, she proved her mother right. So we need to examine, are we succumbing to any of these beliefs? Popular beliefs are about the bosses and mother in law. Even if they're nice people, we make them terrible because we've been programmed. We've borrowed those programming, we've borrowed those beliefs. We almost expect them to be terrible, and they prove you right. So check your beliefs, check your emotions, and when you actually transform and transcend all of them, you open up to true and genuine relationships. So, having said that, let's take a demo. If anybody wants to come forward today.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sure. Yeah, Sheeta. We want to see the blocks in the relationship, right? And
Yes, ma'am.
obviously, the other person is not asking for it, so we need to only check your blocks in the relationship. Let's see what comes up. I'll just use the mini booklet today. I keep a particular relationship in mind. Effective proposition chakra. Okay, NC1, effective proposition chakra, reminder to communicate your wisdom well. This typically happens when you are pretty intuitive, you know what's good, what's bad, what's working, what's not working. Somehow you're not able to communicate that in a language that they understand. And then after a while, there is a belief that whatever I say, it's like talking to a deaf wall. And that belief eventually takes over. So work with your presumptions based on past experiences and the beliefs eventually. First time something happens like this, you perceive it that this particular person doesn't understand me.
Yeah.
And it may not be always that they did not understand or they do not understand. Probably you haven't been able to convey in the language and the words and with the sense of timings that was right. Sometimes the right thing also, if you say at the wrong time, it's rejected.
Hmm.
So instead of saying that today so and so relative of mine rejected the communication, rejected my ideas, we often say she always rejects what I say or he always rejects what I say.
Hmm.
We generalize. And we say it a few more times, and then it becomes a belief. The belief starts manifesting, and the belief starts reinforcing further. So we need to challenge this belief, give people a benefit of doubt, and open up to the possibility of being able to reach out and communicate in a language, in a manner, with the words, with the right timings that the other person is ready for. And that can only happen very intuitively. However, for you to let this intuition work, you have to really calm down and emotionally be neutral and work with your beliefs, if any. Yeah. So my
Okay.
advice would be not only for her, Sheetal, but my advice would be never form an opinion in a judgmental way about any of your relationships. Like she's always rude, or he's always hot tempered, or so and so is so aloof and unavailable. Well, they've been unavailable once upon a time, but they can't be always unavailable. So, of course, if you start believing, you will make them always unavailable. So, be careful about what you talk and make sure that your sentences, even in self talk, is organized very well. That so far, so and so has been rude. So far, so and so has been abusive. So far, as per my perception, he has been irresponsible. Just add this word so far, as per my perception. A few times I observed him to be irresponsible. And that would be more appropriate to allow people to be otherwise. Okay. Yes, Abir.
Hello. Thank
Hi.
you, ma'am. May I have a reading, please, for that?
The blocks in the relationship. Let's see. Right confession chakra. Reminder to compassionately create space where others can admit their mistakes. Okay. This is FR31 Abir. So, probably the relationship that you're talking about, probably they're repentant, they're regretting, but they may not be able to tell you that, sorry, we did something wrong. The ego can come in the way. They often fear that probably you will hold grudges, or probably you will make them feel small or make them feel wronged. So you know how to create compassionate space where they can just once, for once, say, sorry, I did something I should have done. And that would create the space for further communication or a better communication. Yeah. and you know how to create the space for them to at least admit their mistakes, if not in front of you, at least to themselves. You know, sometimes you don't even want to acknowledge, and we get into righteousness games.
Yes.
So let's see, how can you create that space, if I can figure that out?
Yes, please.
Reach out to the unreachable ones. Okay. So proactively reach out, probably. Yeah. After a certain difficult times, people find it very difficult to even reconnect or restart the conversation. And even if physically you're available, but emotionally there's no reaching out. So maybe you can reach out and see if things are working. All right.
Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Yes, Ruby.
Yes, ma'am. Can I please have a reading, ma'am?
Yeah, sure. So I'm using this multi-chakra booklet, which gives us the clue. There's a way to interpret, which you learn in the spiritual solution curriculum. So Ruby, focus your attention on a particular relationship that you want to address.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Left freedom to command chakra. Basically, there is a feeling that I do not have enough command over what I contribute, what I do. Feel as if you're being dictated or dominated. All right.
Yes.
Reminder to have a command over what you would like to contribute in life, irrespective of perceived sense of pressure from the authorities. So, this person, you've given a place of an authority, and you feel that you're dictated, dominated, and you're not allowed to do what you really would like to do and how you would like to do, or as and when. You do not have enough freedom. All right.
Yes.
First of all, these are all your perceptions and your own beliefs. I'm not saying there's no truth in it. However, it's completely possible to figure out loopholes and find your freedom. Okay. And eventually challenge your beliefs and challenge your perceptions based on past experiences and create a space for new opening.
Okay. And
Is
with
it?
your guidance, I am in this last stage only, what you've mentioned, that challenge your own beliefs and create new space.
That's it. That's it. You know, people don't have to be what they were once upon a time.
Yeah.
As we shift, people also shift.
True, ma'am.
Yeah, but if we, bind them with our beliefs, our expectations, our labels, and our judgments, they
Mm.
find it so difficult to be otherwise in our space.
Yeah.
So give them a chance.
Yes, ma'am. And after coming back from Dharamshala, things are very much improving. It was a magic.
Yeah,
Dharamshala was a magic. Yes. In so many fields of life.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Thank you for everything, ma'am. Thank you.
By the way, the next workshop on emotional oasis is in Bangalore. Just check out the website.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Doily.
Hello, Atman.
Hi.
Atman, I don't have a blockage, I think, but it's more of a smooth progress and that I'm seeking. So for that, what should I do? There is a little bit of, I think, still an anxious attachment, and there is a pattern. Consciously, I try to break that, but it is still there. So I'm not able to like understand what should I do. or how should I break this pattern to move?
Let's see. What should Doily do to break this pattern? Right fulfillment chakra. Give yourself permission to be fulfilled. Okay. Now, Doily, you know it very well that you're entitled to fulfillment. Okay. However, for most people, in subconscious mind, there's an association of fulfillment with end and death. So you always somewhere sabotage the possibility of fulfillment. Okay, open up to the fulfillment. You know how to work, how to dissociate fulfillment with adversities, and program your mind like I peacefully progress with fulfillment. I peacefully, progress with fulfillment in my relationship or in life in general would be very good, because now you're associating fulfillment with progress and not with death.
Okay. Okay. I will do that. Thank you.
Yes, Preeti.
Good evening, Atman.
Hi, good evening.
Can I have a reading for a relationship?
Yeah, sure. Fix your attention on that relationship. Do you want me to check the block, or is there anything that you'd like to work with?
How to resolve it? I know the block. Block is the communication. I just want to resolve it.
Okay, how do you resolve this block? Okay. Blank. You'll have some other, I have a feeling you know the answer, you have to implement it. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Atman.
Siruchi.
Yeah, Aatmn.
Anything specific?
Yeah. I'm keeping it in the mind, closing my eyes.
Sure. What should be the intent for the reading?
Blocks in the relationship, receiving love.
Receiving love in relationship. Left easy growth chakra. Okay. Don't use that relationship to grow.
Okay.
Okay. So this relationship is giving you adversities, and adversities are helping you grow.
By God. Okay.
All right. So liberate this relationship from serving you with adversity so that you can grow. No need.
Okay.
So I peacefully progress
With
harmony in our relationships.
today's message in the morning. Okay.
That was a message?
Yeah, in the WhatsApp group of Redikall. Yeah, I think we progress in the harmonious relationship.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect for you. So if disharmony can help you grow, even harmony can help you grow, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all about the mental alignment. Do that.
Okay, definitely. Thank you so much.
So the last reading would be Snigdha. Yes, Snigdha. Hi.
Hey, ma'am.
Any particular intent or just blocks? What is it?
Yeah, particular intent.
Intent. Okay.
Did I say the question?
No need. Just give a particular intent. Give me the intent.
To resolve, to free myself from that particular relationship, maybe.
How do you liberate yourself from that?
Yes.
Are you supposed to be liberating? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
So what would be your best response to that relationship? Would that be an appropriate thing?
Yes.
Okay. Left articulation chakra, reminder to make yourself be understood well. Improve your throat chakra, baby. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
That's it. Okay, I know a couple of readings are still there, but I need a break before I start 5:30 session. So people who are level 4 students are most welcome to join the session, provided you're a premium member. Just find the link in the app. Thank you. See you tomorrow.